guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tapiwa and in today's video we're going to be going on vacation, and I'm actually going to Bali, Indonesia. So it is quite a bit far from where I stay here in South Africa, so there are a couple of flights that I have to board, and I figured that not only just because I'm going on a couple of long haul flights, but also because I'm going on vacation, I would love to see how many books I can read while on vacation. So this video is going to be my traveling to Bali and how much reading I can get done while on vacation in Bali. And I'm actually going to be going on this trip with my family, so we'll kind of be meeting there, and I'm very excited for everything that's gonna happen. So I've had a pretty bad month of reading and I haven't yet finished a book this month. I feel like I've been really busy with preparing for this trip and also just like busy doing other things. So the books that I've started this month I haven't yet finished. So I'm going to be taking all of those books because now I will have a lot more time to read them. So I'm going to be taking Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. And this book is about a couple of British kids that are at this exclusive boarding school named Hailsham, and it delves a lot into the inner worlds of these children and their friendships, but it also has like a mysterious element to it because we do not know the entire workings of the world that they're in. I'm about almost halfway through the book, and genuinely so far I haven't been enjoying it. I'm finding it a bit boring. I just feel like the way that the characters are written are just kind of not my favorite, and I feel like it's long-winded, and I feel like we're getting a lot of extra information, which for right now I'm not sure how it ties into the entire premise of the story. But I'm going to keep on going with this book. I know that it is extremely popular, but I genuinely so far at this point in the book I feel like I probably am not the target audience for this. The next book I'll be taking with me is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book actually came out this year and it is extremely popular on BookTok, and I've seen so many people talking about it, raving about it, having amazing reviews for this book. And it just so happened that this is the book club pick of the month. I will not be able to attend the meeting to actually discuss the book, but I still wanted to read it to be part of the club, but I won't be able to attend because I'm going on holiday. I genuinely have read 2 chapters of this book, and so far I feel like the first chapter was amazing. It hooked me in immediately. It was extremely tense. It was such a great first chapter. I feel like all first chapters should be as good as this one was. But the second chapter hasn't been as great for me, so I'm hoping that the rest of the book follows in suit of the first chapter for me. The next book I'm going to be taking with me is Song of Achilles by Madeline. And I actually started the month with this book, but it genuinely has been so tough for me to get to this book. Every time I pick it up, I just feel very bored and very tired. I just feel like the writing style just doesn't mesh with who I am. I feel like it's just very simplistic. I know there is a bit of pretty prose and purple language, but I feel like not only just the writing but the characters as well. Patroclus, who is our main character, if you can call him that, I feel like I don't like his character. I don't like Achilles. I don't know, I just feel like the way that they're both portrayed is a bit of a snooze fest, which is so sad because I read The Secret History and I was so intrigued by the entirety of like Greek history and Greek language and things like that. So I was genuinely extremely excited to pick up this book because I wanted to learn more about history. It just hasn't been that great for me. I am over halfway in the very least, so I know that this is probably going to be the first book that I try to get through. The next book that I'm taking with me is The Story of a New Name by Elena Ferrante. This is the second book in the Neapolitan Quartet, which is the series of books beginning with My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. And this book, I genuinely chose to read this book this month because I had some books last month that I did not quite like, and I knew that this book would not disappoint me, and I'm very right. I just didn't know how long it is. It's quite long, almost 500 pages, but her writing is so amazing that it just goes by in a breeze, and genuinely it's such a good book. I've been super busy, so I haven't really given this book as much time as I would like, but so far I've been enjoying it so much, and it's genuinely amazing. And the last book that I'll be taking with me is Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre. I probably didn't say his surname right, but this is a book about existentialism, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I don't really want to dig into spoilers about the book. I just know that I've heard so many people that I like and I respect say really good things about this book, so I feel like it's something that I would enjoy, something that I'm excited to pick up, and obviously it is quite compact. 250 pages, so I'm happy that it's short. Not sure if a beach vacation is the best time to be reading about existentialism, but I am still very excited. I think it's just a good time in my life to question things and just have an existentialist view. So I'm very excited for this book. I really need some deep thoughts in my life right now. As I mentioned before, I think I just want to start out with Song of Achilles. So in my personal item on the plane today, I will be carrying this book, and I know that I really want to finish it, TBH. The plane ride is about 10 hours, so it's quite long, and it's throughout the night, so I will be also sleeping. I might finish this, so as a backup, I will also bring Never Let Me Go by Kazuo or Ishiguro. This book, it actually, like, the volume is quite small, but the font inside is quite tiny. So it isn't a quick read by any means. Yeah, so I'm going to be packing these two books. So we have about 6 hours until my plane goes off. So now I'm just going to be packing up my books, and I'm going to head on to my mom's house because she stays closer to the airport. And I will see you guys at the airport, probably. We had the best time of our life. Coming from you sounds like a lie. Didn't know such a place. So we've made it to our Airbnb here in Bali. I'm actually in the bathroom right now. It's a really nice place. The travel day was actually super interesting and long and kind of difficult. I was coincidentally in the middle seat for both of my flights, so I didn't have that much of a comfortable travel time, but I also didn't have a long layover either time, so I think that was good because I wasn't stuck at the airport for too long. The weather so far here in Bali is pretty humid. You can definitely feel the air around you a lot more than you would say back home, but it's nice. It feels good to be somewhere extremely different, and I don't think it'll be too sunny during our trip, so I don't think it'll be super hot, but I think it'll be a good temperature for us to be able to enjoy things and go around and everything. So I'm just gonna do a quick little tour of the Airbnb and show how things are looking. So first off, in here we have a bathroom with a shower and a place to hang your towel. There's also another shower, which is great. And then there's a toilet. There's a mirror, and that's the overall view. And here's the bedroom that I'm sleeping in tonight. It has this really pretty lamp on the side and this cute pillows, and it has this amazing artwork all around, which is super fitting. They also had these beautiful bed swans, which I have put all my stuff on top of, unfortunately. And then there's also a nice desk so I can do some reading. This room has like amazing ceiling to floor windows and these beautiful curtains. It's crazy. Then you open up here and you have a pool, and with I think this is for towels, and another room with this scarf and a desk and these swans again and the artwork. I like how the windows are like from the ceiling to the floor. Yeah. That's very pretty. Didn't know such a place. Didn't know such a place. This one has a tub. And the living room, which has a scarf again, TV. It's open plan. It kind of has a small kitchen. A nice, cool vibe. So it is a little bit later and I actually am going to begin or continue reading this book. It is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I mentioned before that currently it was like in a good place for me, but I'm not really sure how it's gonna continue. So I'll be picking that up today. And yesterday I actually finished reading this one. It is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. And there were things that I kind of liked. I think it was mostly the themes of like missing, like doing things a little bit too late and like missing out and only realizing later on that you had the time to do it but you just didn't make the right decision, or the situation didn't work out for that. So I think this book was good on those themes, but the execution for me was just not the best. I didn't enjoy reading it. I just felt like it was really hard to read and there was just like a lot of, I don't want to say unnecessary information, but it didn't feel like interesting to me, and I basically finished it just to say that I finished it. And so today we're going to another city, Canggu, for the day. So we're going to be at the beach, and I think that that's going to be great. to be able to read.
Outside the city, frosted windows blurring colors from the neighbor's trash pile, close to the airport but you've never been. Above the clouds it's always sunny, but you're happy where you are. Told me I could be anything. My mind is mixed and jumbled up like a shaking snow globe, all working anxious, never resting. I wanna be a movie star, but you just want.
So it is a little bit later and we are once again reading Atmosphere. We did go to the beach yesterday, but I just didn't feel like reading that much, and I know that's so crazy because that's where you're supposed to be relaxed and reading, but I don't know, I didn't get that much done. But I'm still going to talk about how I feel about the book so far. So far, I think that the book is very easy to read, and I appreciate that. But because it is so easy to read, I feel like some of the stronger themes around being a female astronaut, the stigmas that are placed on women and men and those sort of things, I feel like that message is specifically getting lost. Whereas like the message of like Joan as a character being someone who's very different and quite content with her own solitude and the way that she is, I very much relate to her character in so many ways, but I just feel like the emotion or the punch that is needed for the impact of the message of how hard it was for women, I feel like that's lacking, and it just feels like very quippy and surface level. But that's just an observation of my own. Not everybody's going to feel that way. But so far, like I said, it's easy to read and I genuinely enjoy that. And I'm going to continue reading today and hopefully we'll get a little bit further. I'm on about page 70, so just a lot more to go. So I'm back in the villa and I was reading this book at the beach. I didn't actually finish it or anything, but I also didn't get that far. But I'm going to be continuing reading tonight. And so far we have a couple of main characters: Joan, Vanessa, Griff, Lydia, Donna, and I don't know, there are so many people that it's really hard to get a sense of who the side characters are and their personalities. But Joan, yeah, she seems to be very talented, but also unaware of her talents, and kind of, I know that I said I relate to her, but the more that I find out about Joan, the less that I like her. And Vanessa as well. I feel like Vanessa just exists as this kind of cool girl archetype, which definitely could be real or realistic, but for me it just is not an enjoyable character, so there really isn't any character that I'm enjoying right now. And this is actually my first Taylor Jenkins Reid book, 7 Lives of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six, but yeah, her writing is good, but I do have a couple of issues with the book already. So I'm actually on page 128, so not even halfway, but I'm gonna try and see how far I can get tonight. So I'm just gonna continue reading for some of the evening.
My dinner's waiting in a paper bag. It's too late again, I'm doing stupid shit. It doesn't matter, you've got a family.
Okay, so I am back at home after such a long travel day. It was crazy, but I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna talk about the book that I finished reading, which was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And my review of this book is I gave it a 3-star, but I felt like this was so focused on so many different themes, from family to the romance to the women's rights issues. There were a lot of issues that were touched on. I feel like we didn't spend enough time on the astronaut and the space issue. And I just felt like, also, maybe it's just me, but I felt really kind of upset that Joan decided to not pursue being an astronaut after her first mission. I just felt like we had gone through so much, and she had such a desire to be an astronaut, so I just really wondered where that all went. And then also with Joan speaking to Lydia, she was like, you have to work for the collective, you have to work for the team. And I feel like Vanessa's actions in the end were very much selfish. They were selfish. Yes, of course she'd be working to save one person, but also putting in jeopardy the equipment that, of course, they want her back, sure. Although I don't think she would continue being an astronaut, because she did not follow protocol on multiple occasions. But I also think that she didn't act in the benefit of the entire team. She just kind of acted for her own benefit, which I felt like I didn't enjoy that. So all in all, I read 3 books in vacation. Not necessarily the best, but I was also going around and seeing things, so I wasn't just sitting and reading all day by the beach. But yeah, I still got some reading done. I have about 2 days left in the month to finish the rest of my reads, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I really enjoyed my time in Bali. It is such an amazing island, and Indonesian people are incredibly nice and selfless and kind and welcoming. They really want you there, which is not always the case. I think the only qualms they have is that their natural land is diminishing, and maybe like gentrification and affordability, but on the whole I felt very welcome, and I enjoyed that. It makes a difference when you feel welcome or unwelcome, so definitely will go back to Bali. It was such an amazing experience. And thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for watching me attempt to read books on vacation. Thank you, bye, and I'll see you in the next video.